January 9th, 2017. Happy New Year to all of you. I was going to take a walk and put some trail cams up and check out the orchard today. It's 10 degrees and we have about 20 inches of snow, but we got about 16 inches that's frozen and then a new dusting of 4 or 5 inches on top. Here's the orchard today. Got the dog out here. Got a nice specimen of a Chinese chestnut here. This is the row of Chinese chestnuts from Erie Chestnut Company of Ohio. And then, if you remember, I planted about 100 of those, and the other 210 trees are from Chestnut Ridge of Pike County. If you haven't gone to their website and bought some of their nuts, they're half off today. I have no affiliation with them, but that's a dirt cheap price. If you're buying them to grow, buy a few extra because they've probably been in storage for a month or so and they may not sprout quite with the same percentage as the early ones. And you see this tree here in the tube with a tube extender that I threw on. Another 2.5, 3 feet out. They hold their leaves like beech trees, which they're related to, like oak trees, which they're related to. You can see them. All happy. Got a snowpack in there. Keep them nice and snug. Ready for the spring. I can't wait. Hope you're having a good start to your new year. Thanks for following along. Have a great day. From Lake Erie Chestnuts. Going to follow along my winter project here of put my seeds into cold stratification, check on them, see if there's any mold. Thanks for checking in with us, and hope you like what you're seeing. Post some pictures of your projects and how your seeds are doing. Hope none of you are affected by the dreaded mold that you can get in the cold stratification. Well, it's January 23rd, 2017. Out in the old garage fridge, we're going to check out our chestnuts, which have been sitting here, some of them since October. I really haven't checked them out, see how they're doing. So we're going to grow a little bit of everything. October 21st of 2016, this is the third year, you can see, and this time I only put up 60. Open these up. Hopefully we have some good news here. First thing I look for is, do I see any big white balls of fungus? And I don't. So that's good news so far. Let's see if any of these things have sprouted. This soil actually seems a little dry, and I'm a little worried about that. I want these to stay moist. I don't feel the nut shaking inside. No root radical growing from that one. Usually within the next month I start getting something. Nothing from that one. Again, just because it's not out now does not worry me. Over time, in the next month, that sprout will start coming out. Main thing I'm looking for is there mold or not? And I want to keep that orientation of the seed. I'll go down to the next layer, but if you remember, I set 2 layers. A little moisture there. I'm getting interrupted by the cat. He thinks I'm playing in his litter box, I think. What do you think of that? You're purring, you must like it. I think I'll add just a little moisture to this at the risk of inviting some unwanted moss, but it does seem just a little dry to me. These are some chestnuts that I started last year. You can see that they're about the diameter of my pinky. They're about 2 foot, just a little over 2 foot tall. They hold their leaves in the winter. These are next to some giant sequoias that I bought from California. I'm gonna try to grow here. They look like they're making it through the winter so far. So good. All right, well, that's where we're trying to get them to, trying to grow them, get them up, and then we'll get these in the ground to replace a few that died. Hope you're enjoying your winter. Hope you have some of this fine warm weather that we're not used to having up here in Erie, Pennsylvania. Be sure and share how your growing projects are going. Snap a couple pictures and throw them in the comments. I'd appreciate it. I love looking at your guys' stuff, and I hope you enjoy watching this. If you haven't liked us yet, like us on Facebook at Lake Erie Chestnuts. Thanks, and have a good day. It's February 20th, 2017, here at Lake Erie Chestnuts. Just doing a quick check-in. We have ridiculous weather for late February, 49 degrees. You guys in the south may laugh at that, but that feels like 80 degrees to us up here. We have almost no snow on the ground. Typically this time of year, even just last year, I had 1.5 feet of snow on the ground. Here, just in the shadows, there's snow remaining. Giving you a little different perspective of the orchard today. I'm down on the western end of it, which is downhill. This is at the end of the long rows. I have 30 chestnuts 30 feet apart in each row here. We change soil type about halfway down the hill, and down here we get a little bit more mortality. It's a little thicker soil, so we'll see how they do in the long term, but we got some that are happy. You can see this one is after 3 growing years, is about 8 foot tall. And you can see that there's several with it, but I have a couple stakes that just don't have a tree. You can see over there the one that at an angle, there's no tree there. Those all died in the middle of the summer last year, and I've got some to replace them that I started from seed last spring. I'll put those out here and I'll get the next group of seeds growing. Anyway, just a brief check-in. Hadn't checked in recently. Not a lot going on here in the middle of the winter, but can't resist a 50-degree day out here walking in beautiful northwest Pennsylvania. Hope your guys' seed growing is going great. Post pictures if you got anything. Post something on the page, Lake Erie Chestnuts, on Facebook.com. Or like and subscribe us there on YouTube. That'll get you notified whenever I post something new. Can't wait to get my seeds started here in early March. Have a great day. everybody, it's John with Lake Erie Chestnuts, and I'm getting ready to pot some of my chestnuts up. A little bit of a mess here, but we're getting organized. I sort out my chestnuts, and if some of them aren't sprouting yet, I keep those in the fridge, but you can see the ones that are sprouting. I'm repeating myself, but these are from the Chestnut Ridge of Pike County. I buy the ones that are for eating. They seem to be cheaper than the ones sold as for wildlife seeds, and they seem to sprout just as good as the others. So we're going to pot them up in our root makers, and I'll also, these are reusable. I've used these several years now, and I'll also use my cheap planting things from, I think it's Jiffy or Northrop King, and they have the individual ones and they just fit into this container. The advantage of those, as I've said before, is that you can easily take them out individually and adjust them if some are growing taller than others at a different pace. But Rootmaker sells those individuals too. They're just more. So I use these 18 cells, and we'll pot these up and get them under the lights. Some of them are unique. This one's got 2 roots coming out. I don't know if you can see that. But it's March 10th. This is a little later than I usually get started, but by the time I plant these in late May, early June, these things will be 1.5 feet tall and ready to go. I just plant these with the root in the center. Want that off to the side. Just plant them right in the center of the box. I don't cover them, mainly because some of the sites I had originally watched show that they're not really covered. They seem to do just fine, and so that's how I've done it. I mean, it doesn't mean that covering them wouldn't be a bad idea or anything, but that's how I do it. Here's my rinky-dink little watering system. I just put a 5-gallon bucket of water up in the floor joist, and then just have it hooked to a little thin-walled rubber hose, and then I just water using that. I just have an on-off spigot that I put in there. I'd be happy to see anything you guys have out there, so maybe I could be a little more efficient. I don't like lifting the bucket up and putting it on my fancy nail hook system. And the seeds are now planted, ready to grow. We'll have our heat put underneath them within the next 24 hours, and we'll set the light on a timer to turn off. We'll give them about 16 hours of light and 8 hours of dark every day. I have that on just a cheap old timer. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. It's Sunday, March 26th, 16th day of having these potted up and ready to sprout. I was going to show you, I let them get pretty dry before I water them. So you can see they're pretty crumbly there. That's about as dry as I would ever want to get them before I water them. But they're really sprouting. They always fascinate me. Some come up red, some come up green, some come up with double stems, as you can see this guy right here. One stem is kind of greenish, the other one's reddish. I just pop one off and let it go. I don't let both of them grow. You also got some oaks sprouting here. These are some of those English white oaks that I've talked about in previous videos. And I'm watering today. Basically, I pinch this nozzle on. This is going to water because I'm doing this one-handed now, but pinch it, put it on, and then I just water as I can. Move my lights out of the way. Not a very good video, but you can see pretty good pressure coming out of this little rubber hose. Just water them up. Anyway, I hope your growing is going well. I'm going to finish up watering these. Now I've got them all watered up. Give them a drink. I've got 100% germination. I've got 3 that haven't put up top growth, but you can see that they're putting it on a deep, deep root. And the rest have all put their top growth up. And so pretty soon we'll be potting up the other ones that were a little slow to put out the root radical. Hopefully you guys are having some great growing success. Let me know if there's anything you guys want to see. I intend to show things on fertilization, give an update on the orchard here soon. Hope you guys are having a great day out there wherever you are. Thanks for following along.